NRL.com is here with rugby league legend John Maguire. John, a big game coming up this weekend. Does it ignite some memories of that 73 grand final?
I think any time we play Manly, it ignites memories from the 73 grand final because it's a game we would have truly loved to have won. It was one of those games that is memorable in league lenses because of the toughness of it. But unfortunately, we came second, and there's nothing we can do about it. And that's just history.
On that toughness that you just mentioned, step us through that game and your memories of that game.
There's a lot of stories you hear of, and they increase as time goes by. And quite often, Cronulla get the blame for starting any of the fights. As has been recorded before, if it was Tommy's plan to go out and be tough like that, he didn't tell all of us about it. It might have been something Tommy and Clifford had themselves. But on the other hand, if you look at the game, after we kicked off, Manly kicked the ball straight back to us so that they would have the first set of defence. And I sometimes wonder whether that was a deliberate ploy, so they had first crack at us rather than we having first crack at them. And something in hindsight, but you'll never be able to prove it, but just the way I think about it.
The actual game itself and the result, I mean, Cronulla really hung in there for that game and it was a really, really close game right the way through. I mean, how would you rate Manly as competitors then?
Well, obviously they were the best in the league that year. They were the benchmark. We came very close, as you indicated in the question. In the second half, we had a few half opportunities where we could have scored tries to equalise. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the ball over the line. But the thing is, we were in the competition right through to the final bell. And, I'm very proud of the effort that the boys put in. And I think we are proud of our effort. Unfortunately, someone's got to come second.
Now, you were running head-to-head with Peter Peters, who is here today at Rugby League Central with you. What's it like to meet with him years and years later, and how did you rate him as a competitor in those days?
Peter was a fellow I played against quite regularly, and we did know each other quite well in those days. It's always good to see him after a lengthy time, and this year I've now bumped into him about 3 or 4 occasions. We get on very well, we have good memories together, and we have a laugh together too, which is most important.
There's also some other players here that you played alongside, and in particular Graham Bowen, who you also played with at St George. What was it like playing alongside one another and seeing each other today?
Bo and I are quite close. We did play together as juniors. In fact, we were both in the first Cronulla Presidents Cup side back in 1964, and then we played together at St George for a number of years. Then we played at Cronulla. We still see each other socially, and we are quite good friends. And it's always he's a very nice man, and I'm proud to be a friend of his.
Cliff Watson is also here today as well. Now he was dubbed the strong forward that came in and led the young Sharks pack when he arrived from England. What was it like playing with someone that had 11 years experience coming from England?
Well, Tommy had been there for a couple of years. Tommy Bishop had been there for a couple of years before Cliff came, and Tommy. I think through Tommy we learned how to understand how they speak, which is a little bit different to us. But when he brought Cliffy over, it just gave us that bit of steel in the forwards that we needed. Someone as tough and as respected as Cliff was, really was able to give us something to lead, something to follow, and I think that made a big difference, and I think that was probably a prime reason why we got through to the grand final that year, was through Cliff being there, a great man.
Looking at the current pack, what are your thoughts on Cronulla and how they've been going this year?
Obviously, I think they're the best team in the competition, but truthfully, I think their forward pack is as good as any team in the competition. They are a great forward pack. They've got a depth there. They've probably got 7 or 8 forwards who are all first-grade standard, and I think that will stand them in good stead in the games to come. They've shown that, so I'm confident for their chances. At this stage, with Carney being doubtful, it puts a bit of pressure out there, but I think any game we go into, I think we're a very good chance of winning, mainly because of the depth and strength of our forwards.
How do you think they'll go this weekend against Manly?
as long as they win by one. I think they're a very good chance. I think Manly are going to be on a bit of a downer. Their game against Eastern Suburbs last week was a very hard affair. It was a very they would have been down after that. They've only got 6 days to recover. We've got 6 days to recover from a win, and I think that's an important thing. And I just think we are a very good chance. If our forwards can get on top and stay on top, we're a good chance.
You're a Cronulla junior, so obviously you hold the Sharks very close to your heart. How much will you be living and breathing this match this weekend?
I'll be watching it very closely. I am an avid TV fan. It's a little bit easier than getting to all the games. It probably is something my wife might answer better. she probably won't be too close to me. But I'll watch it closely. I'm very excited for them. To have an opportunity to get to a final and a grand final doesn't happen every season. So I just wish them all the best and really hope that they play to their potential and they'll get there.